Good day, folks. Everything new under the sun. End time Bible prophecy includes, and the Bible includes passages about there being violence in the last days. Every man is going to be lovers of himself. There's going to be evil in the hearts of man continually. And so, what do we expect in the last days? We expect violence to increase. The love of many is going to grow cold because of the sin that is in them. Matthew 24 in the red text below. Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity is another word for sin, because iniquity shall abound, i.e., it is everywhere, the love of many shall wax cold. People don't love each other anymore. People don't care for each other anymore. It's kind of every man for himself. It's pretty much the definition of Mad Max. Well, I come to you today and suggest to you that it is nearly Mad Max in France right now. We're going to take a look at it. And don't think that this is not coming to a town, a city, a province, a state, a country near you, or the one that you're in. Folks, this is what I've been saying. It's going to be Mad Max at some point before absolute martial law and government shutdown comes. But this is incredible what's happening in France. So riots. This is basically what's happening there is their version of a George Floyd riot. So someone unlawfully, murdered, killed, whatever you want to call it, whatever the case is here, by police. And there are massive riots. There are people shooting guns into the air, like a Middle Eastern country, off the backs of pickups. The police killing of a 17-year-old during a traffic stop on Tuesday has unleashed 3 consecutive days of social unrest across France. You don't think that can happen here, where you live in the United States? We're getting very close to that, folks. And we had a summer of unrest already in the United States, i.e., George Floyd and BLM, all that kind of stuff. And you can see in that image, that's a picture of a heat map of the riots. It says, this after pension riots and fuel riots. Bloomberg reports 600 people were arrested Thursday night and into Friday, with a majority of them between the ages of 14 and 18. So young people are rioting. This is latest news. Let's look at some Twitter posts here. Rioters targeted municipal buildings, town halls, libraries. I mean, these people, they're not going after, the police. They're just going after everything they can. Here you can see people, I don't know what they are, AK-47s shooting something into the air. You can hear that in the background. Is that Iran or Turkey or something? No, that's France, supposedly. This tweet says, France has fallen. Police are unable to control the migrant and left-wing riots taking place across the country. French media have surrendered, cannot keep track of the number of towns and cities across the country being looted, being set on fire, being destroyed. Folks, this is coming to a place near you. Do you have a secure location to go to? Do you have a way to defend yourself when things go sideways? What are they doing in France? I believe they have even stricter gun laws there, firearm laws. Do they have any way to protect themselves? You don't need a firearm to protect yourself. Lots of different ways to do it, folks. You need to think outside the box. The government has deployed 40,000 police officers to quell the violence. 200 officers were injured. The unrest is so bad that Macron, again, he's a fascinating political leader to be following. And he is at the heat of this battle. You know what? Anywhere Satan is, there's going to be incredible upheaval and unrest. There will not be peace because Satan can't. He's not going to bring any peace. So anywhere, the spirit of the Antichrist dwells, there's going to be upheaval, unrest, and evil just in and around that situation. So I don't know. I'm putting that out there. Macron's interesting, and I'm following him. The unrest is so bad that Macron left an EU summit in Brussels, where he will hold another emergency security meeting. Kind of sounds like the Emergency Measures Act situation, the convoy in Canada, although the convoy in Canada was completely non-violent, yet martial law was implemented in Canada. How much more so would they actually need that in France right now? This is a large shopping mall. They burned down a complete shopping mall. Absolutely incredible. A whole shopping mall on fire. And who's going to pay for that? Well, the citizens of France, the law-abiding citizens of France, not the criminals. No, don't you worry with that. The criminals got this covered. Huge fire raging at a bus depot. There we go. Incredible. Scenes straight out of France. Folks, everything that Europe sees, the way they're going politically, spiritually, morally, that's the way we're going. We're a number of years behind European countries in terms of the moral decay, the economic trouble, the civil unrest, and the collapse of society. Here is, France is a mess. That's a police, basically a military vehicle owned by police, and it's being fired on by, whatever it is. They're plowing through vehicles on fire. It's incredible. I mean, it's a war zone there. Protesters in France burning down the largest public library in Marseille. You talk about book burning. Yeah, there's books burning there. And again, is anybody going to be held accountable? Probably not, because these are left protesters and migrants. Those are the exact folks who are let off easy. No one's going to touch them. France has some serious demographics problems, seems to increase by the day. This is going to be tough. The future doesn't look bright. Paris must learn from Poland. France riots must be eye-opening. Look at all the black smoke across France there. Paris. Incredible. A whole bunch of videos here. I'm not gonna go through them all. That's gonna open up Twitter. You can look at these. Go to Zero Hedge, and it's the top story basically. This is the entrance of a grocery store. People are driving a car through the front window. Third night for riots. People, this is going to come to a location near you, not just Portland. But when things go sideways, when the electricity goes out for more than a couple of days, when communications go down, remember, communications are going to be the first thing to go down should World War III actually start, country to country. Communications will go down. When that happens, people will panic. When people panic, they're going to be stealing whatever they can because society is going to break down so fast, you won't even know what happens, or happened, rather. I was at a gas station. I told a story a while ago where Interac machines weren't working, and it was only 10 minutes of them not working, and people were getting upset with the attendants. They couldn't fill their cars, and they were getting upset. It's to the point where you don't want to be anywhere around where these things are happening, and you need to get away from them quick. This is a big flatbed, I guess. Looting, violent protests. This guy's going to back up into the front of whatever this location is. My goodness, is this guy going to pay for what he does? All sorts of trouble. If Macron wants to get a grip, the article says, on the violence, he might have to declare an emergency. Fox News said the president has been close to announcing one, but has stopped short. With Trudeau so quickly to call a martial law effectively in with the Emergencies Measures Act, with half of France on fire, what is Macron holding back from? Interesting. So, breaking news out of France, incredible. Paris is on fire, looting everywhere. Do you have a place to escape to when stuff hits the fan? Do you have a way to protect your family? These are real things that you need to think about. You may not be interested in defending yourself with boomsticks. But what are you going to do when someone starts, firing or holding a knife to your kids or your wife or whatever it may be? What are you going to do in that situation? Are you gonna lay down and get stomped on and let your family get stomped on? These are real things, real decisions that people are having to make around this world, and so you need to figure out what you're going to do. I'm not saying one way is better than the other or what the right way is. You need to decide that for yourself. I'm just saying, get ready, get prepared. This is a perfect reason to have a bug-out bag if you live in a city, folks. You would want to get as far away from that as possible. Get your family as far away. And, I guess hope that you have insurance on whatever your flat is, your apartment, because you don't know if someone's going to absolutely loot it. This is lawlessness. And the Bible says in the last days there will be lawlessness because the love of many will wax cold. There will be betrayals, false prophets, deception. But the gospel of gospel of Christ is going to be preached throughout the world, even through all this. That's what Matthew 20, chapter 24 says. Before the Lord returns, all this is going to be happening. So be prepared, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.